Greetings all, this is Angel Shade and welcome back to the Arsenal. This time we're dealing with the support weapons from Call of Duty 1. And we're starting off with BAAR. The BAAR is the American support light machine gun. It deals 125 damage in single player, 70 in multiplayer and 150 in melee. It holds a magazine of 20 rounds and you can carry a maximum of 300 rounds for it. Its reload time is 3.8 seconds both dry and mid-clip. Historically, the Browning Automatic Rifle, or BAR, is a family of United States automatic rifles, or machine rifles, and light machine guns, used by the United States and numerous other countries during the 20th century. The primary variant of the BAR series was the M1918, chambered for the .30-06 Springfield rifle cartridge, and designed by John Browning in 1917. The BAR was designed to be carried by advancing infantrymen, slung over the shoulder or fired from the hip, a concept called walking fire, thought to be necessary for an individual soldier during trench warfare. However, in practice it was most often used as a light machine gun and fired from a bipod, introduced in later models. A variant of the original M1918 BAR, the Colt Monitor machine rifle, remains the lightest production automatic gun to fire the .30-06 Springfield rifle cartridge. Although the weapon did see some action in World War I, the BAR did not become standard issue in the US Army until 1938, when it was issued to squads as a portable light machine gun. The BAR saw extensive service in both World War II and the Korean War, and saw some service early in the Vietnam era. The US Army began phasing out the BAR in the late 1950s and was without a portable light machine gun until the introduction of the M60 machine gun in 1957. The BAR is the American Army's support weapon in multiplayer, and in the campaign it is a very rare weapon, issued to the player in only one American mission. Rest of the time, if you want one, you need to scavenge it off a corpse of a fallen Yankee, and from what I could tell, none of them spawn with it, and if they are, you can't exactly kill them off yourself to get it. Of course, this means you can't replenish the spent ammo either, but BAR's characteristics allow you to place your shots just how you want to. BAR is powerful. In the campaign it can kill with one shot from any range, and in multiplayer 2 to 3 hits are enough to instantly drop anyone that moves. BAR's weak point is its relatively small clip of 20 rounds and large recoil, making it very ineffective in close quarters. However, BAR's mediocre rate of fire allows the player to control the recoil, and simple iron sights make aiming easy. High damage and accuracy make up for the small magazine and recoil. Secondly, we have the British BREN gun. The BREN gun deals 120 damage in single player, 75 in multiplayer, and 200 damage in melee. However, the melee animation is very long, so this is very rarely a useful trait. Magazine holds 30 rounds and you can carry a maximum of 300 rounds for it. Its reload time is 2.8 seconds mid-mag and 3.7 seconds when it's dry. Historically, the BREN gun, usually simply called the BREN, was a series of light machine guns adopted by Britain in the 1930s and used in various roles until 1992. While best known for its role as the British and Commonwealth Forces' primary infantry light machine gun in World War II, it was also used in the Korean War and saw service throughout the latter half of the 20th century, including the 1982 Falklands War. Although fitted with a bipod, it could also be mounted on a tripod or vehicle mounted. The BREN was a modified version of Czechoslovakian-designed light machine guns, the ZB Vzor 26, and its descendants, which British Army officials had tested during a firearms service competition in the 1930s. The later BREN featured a distinctive top-mounted curved box magazine, conical flash hider, and a quick-change barrel. The name BREN was derived from Brno, Moravia, the Czechoslovak city where the ZB Vzor 26 was originally designed, and Enfield, site of the British Royal Small Arms Factory. The original and main designer was Václav Holek, a gun inventor and design engineer. In the game, you get BREN issued in a few British missions in the campaign, and you have a few chances to replenish its ammo and even pick it up on several more occasions. In the campaign, you get to use BREN for its support fire role. In multiplayer, it fills the role of the British team's support weapon. It's more powerful than BAR, and most of the time it drops anyone with the 2 shots. 3 if you're really anal about blowing off the opponent's feet. BREN doesn't have much recoil, so it is easy to control, and it has a large 30-round magazine. It's heavy, so mobility is poor, and it doesn't perform well in close quarters. Also, its melee hit takes way too long to execute, rendering it almost useless. However, the biggest drawback of this gun is the very obstructive iron sight, which not only obscures a lot of your peripheral view, its focus point is also tiny, meaning you will need to acquire targets from your hip and then switch down sights when the gun is more or less pointed at it. Scanning your surroundings while aiming down sight is not an option with this gun. It is only a sure way of getting shot up, since you won't notice anyone except the guy you're currently focusing on. BREN takes some getting used to, but it is a very effective support weapon. Thirdly, we have the MP44, also referred to as the STG or the Sturmgewehr. The MP44 is the German support weapon. It deals 100 damage in single player and 68 in multiplayer. It deals 150 in melee. It has a magazine of 30 rounds, a maximum ammunition capacity of 240 rounds, and it reloads 2.4 seconds mid-clip and 2.4 seconds when it's dry. Historically, the STG-44, which was abbreviation for Sturmgewehr 44, or also Assault Rifle 44, is a German selective fire rifle developed during World War II that was the first of its kind to see major deployment and is considered to be the first modern assault rifle. It is also known under the designation MP43 and MP44, or Maschinenpistole 43 and Maschinenpistole 44 respectively. The STG-44 was the first successful weapon of its class, and the concept had a major impact on modern infantry small arms development. By all accounts, the STG-44 fulfilled its role admirably, particularly on the Eastern Front, offering a greatly increased volume of fire compared to standard infantry rifles and a greater range than submachine guns. In the end, it came too late to have a significant effect on the outcome of the war. In the game campaign, this weapon is very rarely used by the German army. It becomes more available in the later missions, and it's always useful to have. In multiplayer, however, this is the German army support weapon. While the weapon is weaker than the other support guns and takes 3 to 4 shots to kill, it is infinitely more versatile. It has a large 30-round magazine that reloads quickly, it's effective at all ranges. It also has moderate and easily controllable recoil, allowing accurate burst fire for long ranges and devastatingly effective hip fire in close quarters. Overall, the MP44 is very effective and extremely useful weapon, which is why in multiplayer it is highly sought after as a secondary weapon. And lastly, we have an extra weapon, FG42, or Fallschirmjägergewehr 42. It deals 125 damage in single player, 70 in multiplayer, and 150 in melee. It has a magazine of 20 rounds, you can carry a maximum of 320 rounds for it, and it has a reload time of 2.3 seconds whether it's dry or mid-clip. Historically, the FG42 is a selective fire battle rifle produced in Nazi Germany during World War II. The weapon was developed specifically for the use of the Fallschirmjäger airborne infantry in 1942 and was used in very limited numbers until the end of the war. It combined the characteristics and firepower of a light machine gun in a lightweight form no larger than the standard issue Kar 98K bolt-action rifle. Considered one of the most advanced weapon designs of World War II, the FG42 influenced post-war small arms development, and most of its design was copied by the US Army when they developed the M60 machine gun. In the game, FG42 is an extremely rare weapon. In the single-player campaign, it's possible to find it in St. Miragelis levels, and once more it appears near the end of the game on the Berlin level. In the multiplayer, the FG42 is not issued to the German army or any other team. It spawns on specific parts of the map, but only if it's enabled in the match settings by the host. This weapon is effectively a super weapon in Call of Duty 1. It can easily kill with 2 shots. It is semi-auto or full auto and even has a scope. To top it off, because it has both semi and full auto modes of fire, it's useful at all ranges, and it has a very short reload regardless if you dry reload or mid-clip. The only drawbacks are heavy recoil when used in full auto, which is not much of an issue if you control your trigger finger and shoot bursts instead. Small magazine, which holds only 20 rounds, and the fact you cannot replenish its ammunition. Maximum of 2 FGs spawn per map per match, and they rarely make an impact because the limited ammunition it holds runs out quickly. And with this we have covered all of the weapons in the Call of Duty 1. Thanks for watching, until the next video.